Dialed in
to Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
studs.
they know the brews.
And they know the Bucks, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
And brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. Nick,
David,
I will not get drunk this week.
why not?
I am not drinking,
Oh, good for you.
and you aren't either.
I am drinking Kirkland sparkling water.
I will have one of those, and right now I'm having a Snapple zero sugar iced tea.
You know, the funny thing is this is a weird thing.
Yeah.
I don't like tea, but I'm really trying to like tea. And so my wife went to a tea shop, right? There used to be like a Teavana in the mall. Like I think
Mhm.
most of people would know what a Teavana is, I guess. But there's like this hippie shop down in East Grand Rapids area or whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's hippie-ish.
Aren't most hippie shops down in East Town and East Grand?
Yeah, that's up for narrative. So, but for everybody listening, so we go in there and I'm smelling some teas and I'm like, "Ah." And so then I ended up I bought a white tea. So I now know that there's black, green, and white. And so actually I didn't mind it because okay, so one thing I do love, I love boba tea.
Mhm.
Okay. So what I really like is just sugary drink.
Right.
It's like, but I ended up because I really want to like tea. I'm trying so hard to like tea. I know I don't like hot drinks. I mean,
Yeah.
really, I love apple cider. I don't like warm apple cider. Um the only thing I like warm is hot chocolate.
Yeah.
But like really everything else, I don't like hot. So that being said, so I made a raspberry, or no, it was a peach white tea,
Mhm.
and then it's like something's and she said, hey, make a double. Use 2 scoops for one because like I like the flavor, but because I don't like watered down drinks either, which sounds for me in tea is just learning this stuff. And so I ended up buying a bottle of sugar-free peach syrup so
Okay.
that way I could, and I really enjoy it. I used a little too much in my first attempt, but I will get a liking to it. And I think I'm just gonna go buy boba just so I can just start drinking tea and be healthy. So
I love tea, and I always have.
yeah, it's so weird. I just never have. Even sweet tea, like you can make it as sweet as you want. I just don't like
I
it.
don't like sweet tea.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I don't.
Huh. Let's see.
I like unsweetened tea, or I like flavored tea, but I don't want you adding a bunch of sugar to it.
Like raspberry.
Like the raspberry I just had. I love peach
Yeah.
iced tea.
Huh. But like you don't want any sugar to it.
I don't want you adding sugar to that.
That's so weird. Yeah, I see. To me, it's like I don't like diet pops either. Like I don't like
Yeah,
I don't like
salt.
I don't like half flavor shit. Okay, I just want full flavor and nothing at all.
The sugar does too many things to me.
Yeah. So
As always,
like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We appreciate you guys listening into us.
so for those of you joining us that may have heard or watched last week's episode, I'll apologize first off for my inebriation. We're going to talk about that a little bit tonight, Nick. We're going to talk a little bit about why healthcare sucks, which led to me getting inebriated last week.
Say, oh yeah, there's that too. But one more time, real big shout out to Roger and Jack Razor. We just got their
Artwork.
artwork that they're donating to us to auction off
Yeah.
for the Pride event that's coming up here this weekend.
So I know Roger Scholes is going to have prints available and then the original.
Yep.
I just sent Jack Razor a message and I said, are we just doing one? Are we doing some prints? What are we doing? You tell me. So I'm waiting to hear back from him.
Yeah.
Their artwork knocked it out of the park.
That's great. Like say,
Dawn goes, why does she look sad? I'm like, that's Jack's art. You know how his art is.
very much.
And she's like, she just looks so sad. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. It's still fucking awesome.
and that's like the weird thing is like his artwork is so good to us.
Yeah.
He hates his own stuff.
Yeah.
But like I told him, I was like, your artwork's just, I don't know, different for me. Like I like happy go lucky and warm feelers, and he likes dark, deep, ominous.
Yeah.
But we had such a good time with them. The Hulk Hogan
I want those
Hello,
Hulk Hogan's
Hello Kitty Hogan's.
and the
Um,
skull Hulk Hogan.
yes, it's like just some awesome.
I
things.
do remember those.
Yeah.
I don't remember Hello Kitty, but I remember the other Hulk Hogan and I remember the skull.
So, what's going on with healthcare that you're hating now, David?
Oh God. So you know, I've been self-medicating for a while with alcohol
Yeah,
because
it's cheap and easy.
and life is really fucking hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you know this better than most people. I probably you, Mike, and Christy know it the best out of everyone. The last few months have kind of been a shit show in my life.
Yeah.
Dawn's had several medical issues. We're bleeding money in healthcare. We've had some death that's gone on. It's just literally been one thing after another.
Yeah.
And you know, I talked with Angela about this on Monday. What happens is I'm normal. I have a beer. I have 2 beers and I'm fine. But once I get over 2 beers, if I start drinking a third,
Mm-hmm.
my brain starts to shut off and go, hey, you don't hate yourself right now. Things aren't as difficult right now. You're a little bit happier. Let's keep that going.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I know, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore because I've just checked out now. And like Christy was watching on Twitch last week and I talked to her the next day. She goes, I finally saw it. I said, what'd you see? She goes, I saw that moment of you were perfectly fine. And then the next moment you were not, you were gone.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah, that's what happens. And nobody knows it's coming. And it just hits like a freight train.
Right.
And you know as well as I do, because you've been there. You don't know how to pull back once that hits.
Oh yeah, there's no stopping it. I mean, you know what? I wish I could tell you that was true. I kind of, I had the same kind of experience this weekend.
Okay.
We were camping
Mhm.
and I went and bought a 15 pack of Bud Light.
Yep.
And I'm drinking and I had to pour them into my mug and I can have 2 of them in there. And so then that just made it easier for me to drink. And
Oh yeah.
I was just enjoying my night type of a thing. And told my wife, I was like after like pounding off 3 of those, so 6 beers quick, I was like, I'm gonna slow down. I was like, I'm gonna do one at a time. I'll just get up and refill my cup, one at a time. I was like, I'm not trying to just get wasted. I was like, I just want some, beers. And she goes, oh, that's good to hear. And it was weird for my own brain to say I'm not trying to get wasted because like I felt it, I
Mhm.
felt that feeling of like, oh, this could go somewhere fun. But then I had responsibilities and stuff like that for the next morning, and I was like, I really don't want to. And camping, I don't want to have to pee, and I'm so far from the bathroom and stuff like
Right.
that. Like, so I'm like, just. So it was just, I don't know. It was really, I went through a lot of mental stuff just like in quick seconds. But I was like, I'm gonna slow it down. But my wife still gave me crap because by the end of the night or whatever, I'd polished off 10 beers. I was like, it's not that bad. Like,
Right.
it's normal.
It could have been way worse.
Oh yeah, right. Could have been drinking all 15 and going to the store and get more. So
Well, and so you have really no real idea of what went on this last weekend. So of course I felt like shit about myself for days because I hate when I get that drunk.
yeah,
Makes me feel like, I'm out of control. Dawn's been having health issues all month. She has not been able to eat solid foods. She's been mostly living on protein shakes and smoothies. So she got home from work Thursday and she's decided, okay, I'm going to try soup. So she got a butternut squash soup.
Yeah.
And she ate it with like 5 oyster crackers and she let them get very soft in the soup. 2:30 in the morning, she woke up in massive amounts of pain, which has been what's happening when she's tried to eat. So she took a bath. It didn't help. She laid in the living room till she finally, passed out about 5:30 in the morning. She gets up, still not feeling real good, but she's trying to move on with her day. And then she comes to the bedroom. And she's like, I got to take a nap. I'm going to wake up at noon. Once I get up at noon, I'll just start doing the things I need to do. I'm like, cool. She didn't get up till 1.
sure.
And, I'm sitting there working and she keeps talking about how shitty she feels. And I'm like, listen, why don't you just take tonight off? I'll go run break room. Not a big deal. I said, plus that way, I have Whitecap Star Wars night on Saturday and you'll be able, hopefully to be recovered by then. You can work the business Saturday and I'll go troop Whitecaps. So she finally relents. I'll let you go. Mike lands from his trip in Florida,
Oh, okay.
calls me. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, well, she's feeling like shit again. He goes, why don't I come up and run the business? You just take her in. And I'm like, yeah, if anybody's going to take her in, you're going to take her in. Because again, he hasn't run the business without me since I died in 21. And could he get through it? Yeah, he probably could, but I'd feel more comfortable, especially because you know how ERs go. They're not going to do anything right away.
Right.
So if I can send him with her, I can probably run the business all night and then get there still.
Right.
So we actually got a hold of Chloe and she was able to come in about 5:30. So at 5:30, I left here and I went down to Butterworth because I was insistent. We're not playing the Metro game anymore.
Yep.
So I went down and met Mike and her at Butterworth. He left about, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And at that point, we knew that they had done a CT on her kidneys and she had a blockage. Didn't explain why she couldn't eat, but they wanted that taken care of. We're going to need to put in a stent. So we're not real thrilled at the answers we're getting because, again, she went in because she can't eat. We don't want that piece blown off.
Right.
So at that point, they're talking about admitting her. Okay, well, if you're going to admit her, fine. They're not doing anything till Saturday. So she told me to leave. I left about, I want to say 10:30, 11 o'clock. And I went home. I woke up the next morning. I text her. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Are you in a room? She texts me back. She goes, no, I'm still sitting in the ER. Now, mind you, the ER at Butterworth is not like the ER at Metro. The ER at Metro, you at least have a TV to take your mind off shit. Dawn didn't have a phone charger on her, so she couldn't charge her phone. So she literally just laid in a room with no noise or anything because she didn't want to run her phone battery down.
Right.
And the pain was somewhat controlled because they gave her pain meds. So I get there the next morning. Urology doctor comes in and he actually was on her case when she had her kidney stones a couple months back and had to have surgery. And he wanted to ask all about what's going on. So she told him everything that's going on. He goes, okay, well, I really think the eating thing is unrelated to the kidneys, but we need to get that kidney fixed. Your right kidney is not working at all. And I said, all right, let me ask this question. You get that fixed. Are you sending her home? He goes, oh no, we have other things to figure out. We need to fix this because we know this is a problem.
Right.
We don't know what else is a problem. We can look after we fix this. I'm like, all right, well, as long as you guys are willing to keep looking. So I got a hold of Mike because he was planning on coming up to help with break room or sit at the hospital. And I said, listen, I really need your help at break room. Christy decided she'd come sit with Dawn at the hospital. So she basically got down there at like 11 a.m. and she didn't leave till 11 p.m. So she was at the hospital for 12 hours with my wife. I came and ran break room with Mike. He left about 8. And it left me and Skylar for the last appointment, which was fine. I left here about 8:40 and I got down there just after 9 o'clock, which is after close or visiting hours are ended, but because of where she was, I could still get in to see her.
Right.
So Christy helped me get to the room and we sat with Dawn for a couple hours and we left, sometime between 11 and 11:30. At that point, they were talking about, we really need to do an upper GI and probably going to do a colonoscopy too, because we need to figure out why you can't eat.
Right.
Her kidney was so bad that the contrast they put in on Friday night to do the CT was still just sitting there. It didn't pass. So putting the stent in was very important.
Yeah.
I get there Sunday morning and she's exhausted, to say the least. Talking was too much work. Watching TV was too much work. She basically just catnapped the entire day because she was gassed. And of course, I had to go run the business, so I only stayed with her about an hour in the morning. After we closed Sunday night, I went and got gas with Caitlin because I had coupons and wanted to use them on both of my vehicles, and I needed a second driver. So to bribe Caitlin, I'm like, I'll fill you up too. So I got $123 worth of gas,
Nice.
but I saved 25 cents a gallon.
Right.
So then her and I went up to see her mom and we stayed till, I don't know, a little after 9. and then came back home. They had the procedure scheduled for Monday morning. I got up there 5 minutes before they took her.
Oh, really?
So I was able to see her, and, you know, I just worked from the room. I took my work laptop and I worked from the room.
Yeah.
They noticed some things on the colonoscopy and upper GI. They took some biopsies of some areas to check for celiac disease, because maybe she has a gluten allergy. They're checking for, you know, if she's having a diverticulitis or diverticulosis flare, whichever one it may be.
Yep.
To try and figure out, okay, why can you not eat? So right now they have her on a gluten-free diet, treating her as if she has celiac disease, which, you know, seemed to help last night. Not as much today.
Okay.
So she got home last night. She ate there. She had mashed potatoes and butternut squash. Perfectly fine when she ate there. She came home and had a black bean burger and lima beans.
Okay.
She's fine with that. She found this app where you can scan food to see if it has gluten in it. Mind you, the butternut squash soup that she had the other night has filled with gluten.
Of course.
Then of course in the US they add gluten to damn near everything.
Oh gosh, yes we do.
So today she had a black bean burger, and that kind of set her gut off again. So chair problem?
Yeah. Sorry, my chair keeps lowering on itself, and I feel like I'm sitting on the floor, and it's angled down to the right. So I was like, yeah,
we might have a problem. I mean, we've gotten these for 4 years now.
I might have to bring my chair in.
Yeah. Anyways, so she did have a little issue with a black bean burger today, which is gluten-free. So we're not really still sure what's going on. Also, when they did the CT, they did notice a couple spots that could be cancerous. So we're going to have a biopsy done of that. So, of course, you know, she's getting the full workup, which, you know, night and day difference between what Metro has done and what Spectrum is doing.
Sure.
Which I'm thrilled with, because this woman needs relief. And, you know, talking about how shitty healthcare is in the United States, you and I have talked about this recently. You know, you can't have universal medicine because you'll wait for months to see a doctor. So they knew Dawn needed at least an upper GI. And the earliest appointment they can get her with a gastroenterologist is the beginning of August.
Yep.
It is June 25th today. And she got this appointment 2 weeks ago for the beginning of August. The soonest they can schedule her for an upper GI is the beginning of October. And my question has been, so what? You're not supposed to eat for 5 fucking months? I mean, what the fuck is this shit?
Listen, that's how they treat us. I mean, you know, I'm pushed out, I don't know, weeks for a bunch of things, you know, like I say, I'm supposed to go get a mammogram done. I don't even think I've gotten that anywhere near on the schedule. You know, like I went to a doctor last week, and so it was like things take forever here, and people don't realize it. They just think, oh, we just have such good healthcare. Sure, we have some of the best doctors if we get to that person, right? Like, you know, that's the hard part.
Well, yeah, you not only here does it take months to see somebody, but it costs you an arm and a fucking leg.
Oh yeah.
And you can talk all you want about taxes. We still pay taxes. And then we pay a shit ton of money in premiums. And then we pay a shit ton of money in deductibles. And then we pay a shit ton of money in out-of-pocket maxes.
Out-of-pocket, yeah.
And
because out-of-pocket max, you know, it's half a year's salary for most people. You know, like that's a shit ton. And that's every year, right? Like,
every year.
And so it'd be different if there was like a lifetime out-of-pocket max, right? You know, for somebody like me, it'd be fucking great, right?
So they do have that.
Do they really?
Yeah. You know what it covers?
Nothing.
The insurance company.
What do you mean?
They have a lifetime max of what they will pay.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And if you get over that, guess what?
You're paying it all.
All of it.
Yeah. It's like, because that's, you know, I mean, me, I'm just sitting here going, fuck, you know, if it's $100,000, right? I will just flip 2 houses and, or, you know, 10 houses, whatever it would be.
Yeah.
Here's your $100,000. I'm just covered for the rest of my life. I don't want another fucking bill.
Right.
Because that's how I like to live things. But no, you know, I don't know. We're this year, we're talking about hitting our out of pocket max, like
Yeah.
which is stupid to say, right?
Well, because you have the same plan I do.
Mhm.
You have an individual out of pocket max, and you have a family out of pocket max,
Yep.
which the family out of pocket max is twice the individual out of pocket max.
Yep.
Your family out of pocket max is $8,100. Dawn said that.
Okay,
So the rest of the year, Dawn doesn't have to pay anything,
perfect.
but I still do
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
because I have not hit my out of pocket max.
right.
So, I have a spot that I need looked at, just it's painful. Okay. But it's not really anything. It just might need to be cut off.
Sure.
And Don's like, well, you need to show our doctor. And I'm like, schedule an appointment for that shit.
No.
I'm not paying for that right now. If I have to go in, fine. But I'm not making a special trip to fucking go in because I don't want to spend the money on. I owe $15,000 in medical bills right now.
Let's see. So I said it's about a half a year of fucking normal person salary. That's stupid. I get that you make more than that, but like a normal person, that's I don't even know. What do we say? Minimum wage is $7.25. So like the average is just it's insane to me.
Well, when you look at the qualifications for like Medicaid, you got to be under 20 grand.
Yeah.
So like my daughter's losing her health coverage
Oh,
because
is she?
she's on Medicaid and has been since the pandemic.
Yep. So it's official.
It's official. We got the letter.
Okay.
And she's like, well, do I, take the deal that my boss has given me at work where she'll pay $200 a month towards my health insurance and cut my salary? Or do I just keep my salary where it's at and pay the full thing on my own? And I'm like, you keep your salary where it's at because they're talking about like $1.50, $2 an hour pay cut
Right.
to give her $200. You make more than that.
Right.
If that was, if somehow that pay cut was like $100, sure, you're making $100.
Sure.
But that pay cut's probably going to equate to like 300. So they're going to give you 200. They're saving $100. No, we're not doing that shit.
Right. Yeah, and it's hard. Trust me, I get it. It's hard because yes, she works for a large company, but owned by a small business.
Correct.
Right, which makes it very hard because this person is trying. I mean, your daughter makes more money than I thought anybody in that company would make, right? Like, and so that person, they're dealing with their own family medical shit.
Yeah.
But I say, and I don't know if you have a guy or not, but I have my mom's on private medical, and I can give you his name and phone number. Shit, maybe we'll have him on. So
Seriously.
and talk about it, but. No, SA medical in this country it sucks when you're the one that has to use it, right? The people that don't complain are the healthy people of the world, right? And they still complain because it comes out of their check because they're not using it, right? And every week they're, all they see is X amount of dollars taken out of their check every week, and I never use this thing. I never use it. You will someday. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Like I went 35 years without really anything for me personally. Sure, motorcycle crash here and there type of a thing, but like, I don't know. I paid every week on the dot. Let's just, I don't even know. Low end. And Gentex did have really good medical.
Yes.
I'm going to give them credit for the past, let's say 10 years
Mhm.
times 52 weeks, 520 weeks. And just for me personally, I don't know. I'm gonna give it $40 times 40. It's $20,800. I wasted, right? Didn't do anything. It's not like it goes into a bank or does anything. Yeah. So I just, that whole time I wasted all that for this. And now I'm paying even more, right? So it's like, and I'll continue to pay that. My wife pays her insurance now, which is quite a bit per paycheck, but hey, at least we have coverage because
Right.
without it, we'd be paying 100% of everything.
Well, and we both work for the same company, her and I.
Yeah.
Which is a large health system.
Yep.
And every time I look at what they do yearly to our insurance,
Oh yeah.
I get angry. And I'm not going to say it's necessarily our company's fault, but they do have some control. And I see this with a lot of big companies. They say, well, you might make $20 an hour, but with all of the benefits we pay, you actually make $37 an hour.
Right.
No, I make $20 an hour because that extra 17 you're talking about, I don't see in my bank account. And that's the only place it matters to me.
Yep.
So I hate that analogy that they'll give now of, well, I know your salary is 60,000 a year, but with your benefits, you're actually making 95,000 a year. No, I'm not.
Say, yeah, but when a CEO comes out and says, "Oh, he made $40 million this year," how come you're not saying he made 45 million? Because his benefits package is fucking, like, is that good? No, you're selling it short. All of a sudden, when it benefits him and you want to cut it short, then
Right.
he's not making it. But when it's me, you have to give it to me.
Well, I think I shared the TikTok with you of the lady that has cancer that just got fired from Amazon. Have you seen this?
Did you just send it?
I probably in the last couple days, so maybe I haven't sent it to you.
I don't know. I guess I didn't see it.
So there's this lady that has cancer,
Mhm.
and I think she's had a mastectomy already, but of course she's going through chemo and radiation.
Mhm.
And she submitted all of her paperwork. She has not worked since August at Amazon.
Okay.
She's been on short-term disability, and they're trying to qualify her for long-term disability. And basically, she's turned in everything. They've had it for several months, and they haven't done anything about processing it. So they fired her.
Okay.
At the end of this month, she has no more health coverage, but she's going through chemo and radiation now. And how the fuck am I going to pay for it?
Right.
And she can't get anybody at Amazon to give a shit or to answer. And here's the question: does that company have enough money to cover this shit?
100%.
Fuck yes, they do.
Yeah.
Do they even care about the bad publicity? Not a bit.
No, because it's one and it'll go away. And
Right.
everybody, and this is the whole point I make, and this is what makes me angry, right? We all still will use Amazon,
Uh-huh.
right? If you're the person that's listening to this and you don't, congrats. But like, it would take everybody to hate Amazon that much to where they stop using it, right?
I have greatly cut
You know
my.
what pisses me off. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Amazon, so Amazon ships for free,
Mhm.
right? So they actually get a tax break
Mhm.
from the government. And did you know that stamps are going up next month?
Yeah.
To like 65 or 60 something, like it's fucking huge.
Mhm.
So we, the people who have to send out, one or two mail things every, yep, no, it's going up, but Amazon still gets a fucking tax break.
Yeah.
And they actually get paid to use, the government's paying them to use UPS
Well, and again, that's because
or
they own,
USPS.
they own this country.
Yeah.
Corporations own this country.
Mhm.
George Carlin said a long time ago, this country's been bought and paid for.
Yep.
And it really has, because who benefits? Rich people.
Yep.
Poor people never benefit. And when you look at talking points, like, again, I don't consider myself a Democrat, but I have to align myself with Democrats.
Mhm.
Because if you put a Republican and a Democrat in front of me, I'm going to agree with the Democrat more times than not, because they aren't bigoted as much as what a conservative would be. They're not as uncaring as what a conservative appears to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you see people speaking out against pride events, 99 times out of 100, it's a conservative. When you see somebody speaking badly of poor people, 90 times out of 100, it's a conservative.
Well, the worst part is the conservatives are the poor.
They are. They
People.
absolutely are.
I mean, it sounds.
Poor people defend Trump more than anyone.
Yeah. I'm part of of course, we're all part of a million Facebook groups, and I'm part of an inclusive group, right? And there's a person in my neighborhood who flies extreme conservative flags, right?
Mhm.
Like Joe and his hoe and these types of
Yeah.
things. And so this person's like, oh, well, why is this even allowed? And blah, blah, blah. And like, it pisses me off that they're like, this person is very much Democratic. And so like, I get pissed off both ways because like, I see, and I'm like, I get that your feelings are hurt about this flag, but like, that's what I love about America, right? We have the freedom to do this, right? Like see, it's funny because it bothers me because that same person would get mad that that person is upset about their pride flag,
Mhm.
but doesn't understand why, that they're upset about these flags, right? And it's like, because one feels so, no, it's like you both have opinions of something. Yes, we can agree upon, you both will not agree upon the same thing that you're dealing with, but you both are flying for what you believe in. And that's the one thing I love. And to me, it's like, yes, does this one annoy me? Does this one not? Sure. But like, whatever, right? I mean, and people don't do enough, in my opinion, people don't do enough to take and make a name for themselves. Because I have a million ideas, right? We can park on the street, we can do things. I have a shit box. We all know this, right? And so it's like, man, if you felt that strongly about these flags, hey, you can go get the misdemeanor, right? Go get the misdemeanor, and that's all it is, right? Theft, small petty theft. Go fucking take the flag down, right?
Right.
Yes, you'll get trespassed. Now, second time you get caught or whatever, you'll end up going into jail for 3 days. You can take and do that, like you have that ability. And then or right, like think of something else. You have freedom of speech. You are entitled to things, and yes, you could get caught for littering at the end of it. But right, think about it. Go park your shit box and park your car there. Have your extra car and just have a magnet on the side of your car that says, this person, this person sucks. Whatever, like I don't know, something. Post and just leave your car right out front of his house. He can't do anything about it, right? Like you're allowed to play fire with fire, right? Like, but nobody ever does these, because then if that person comes out and is aggressive to your vehicle, now you have right to get them in trouble, right? Like, and so, you can complain about it or you can do something about it. And that's how I feel is don't, when you talk about conservatives and Democrats and, don't think that one flag is okay and the other's not, right?
Well, 100%. So speaking of that story specifically, you know what flag would bother me?
Confederate flag.
That does bother me. That flag does.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking of in my mind is an episode of South Park.
Yeah.
Chef Goes Nanners. Because
yes,
he wants the South Park flag changed.
Yep.
And of course, the episode has a great message because he's pissed at Stan and Kyle because they don't want the flag changed.
Yep.
And he goes, it's racist. And they're like, we don't understand. Killing's been going on since the beginning of time. And Chef goes, but that's a black man they're hanging. And they're like, well, we never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
Do I think that type of flag should be not allowed? Yes. I don't think you should be lynching minorities or gay people or any of that. That is not acceptable.
Yep.
But I would also fight that if you had a fucking flag with Trump hanging from it, that is not acceptable.
Right.
And I fucking hate Trump.
Yeah.
He drops dead, I'm not going to give a shit.
You're not going to awake. Yes. It was like,
So, I mean, I'm on, if you want to have an offensive flag that says Joe in the hoe, which I think is offensive because, you could call anybody a hoe,
right.
but I don't really give a rat's ass. I don't mind you having it because that tells me right now, I don't like that person. I don't want to associate with them.
And it's exactly it, right? So like, that's a flag that does bother me.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I don't mind. Okay. Does the Trump 2024 flag bother me? Not in any way, shape, or form. I want to be clear on that. I find it a joke, whatever, but like
Mhm.
Joe and his hoe. Okay. So like, granted, I know nothing about Kamala Harris. And it's weird because I feel like I know more about Michelle Obama, who wasn't even a vice president,
Yeah.
than I do about Harris. But like, Harris has never been, that I know of, come out and been like, hey, been married 50 times, been all these types of things. Like and it's funny because like, I think of things very literal. Okay. So like when you say the word hoe, that means you're sleeping around. You're known to, do adult things with multiple people. Like all I know of this lady is she's married and is the vice president of the United States. Like there's no like, and so like that just tells me like you're putting this up there, you're either trying to spark a feud or you're just really, and to me it's, I always, because I'm a very literal thinker, I'm like you're fucking stupid, right? Like And I do think most people are stupid.
So conservative talking points about Kamala Harris is that she got to positions of power by sleeping her way to the top.
Sure.
There's really not evidence of this other than some conservatives started saying it and they ran with it. And of course, if you're a conservative, you just want to believe anything you hear.
Sure. And any woman that gets up anywhere, I always feel like everybody says, "Oh,
Oh,
they slept over the top,"
100%.
right? Like it's like,
Because again, women are too emotional to be in charge. They say shit like that. And it's like, all right, that's asinine.
right.
You know, I love this because you look at like Serena Williams.
Oh God.
And when Serena Williams is, competing, she competes, we're going to say like a man, which is offensive, but
Sure.
go with me on this. She competes like a man because she wants nothing more than to get on that court and kick the shit out of you. She doesn't give a fuck who you are. I'm going to kick your ass.
Yep.
And that's a male mentality. That's what we grew up with when we played sports. It didn't matter if we were friends across the field from each other.
Yep.
I wanted nothing more than to kick your ass. After the game, we can be friends again. But during that, we're fighting.
Yep.
And that's how she attacks things. And of course, she's too emotional. She's unhinged. She's not ladylike because when she's out there, she's competing like you and I would.
Right.
And that's what you want out of,
Way more than I would.
Absolutely.
Like,
but that's what you want out of a competitor.
God, yes.
And it's not like she's out there playing tiddlywinks for fuck's sake.
Right. Yep.
She's competing at the highest level in the world at a sport that she dominates. And you're going to sit there and complain that she's too fucking excited about winning?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
And that's, it's weird because, if you're, now the NFL is trying to wussy down, right, with all these like late hits and these penalties and the quarterback touching and stuff like that. And it's like back in the day, man, oh yeah, you laid somebody, people would cheer about, bad hits and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's and so right, if a woman does this type of a thing, it's completely different. It's not normal, right? And people are scared of not normal. It really, really gets to me. Like, but I have these fights with because it's an argument. I believe that science is a thing, right?
Mhm.
Men will always have more natural testosterone. They will
Mhm.
have things. Okay, a man will always, in my opinion, sure, maybe years and years down the road, it'll change. But a man, and when I say this, like not just any, right? Okay, when I say this in the best physical possible athlete, okay? The strongest man in the world will always lift more than the strongest woman, right? The fastest runner of a man will always be faster than the fastest woman. When it comes to these things, right? Like we're built different. We naturally are. No matter how hard this person works, they will never get to that point.
Mhm.
It's genetics. It's things like, and it doesn't stop the women's side from being any better. And it's not like a woman can't compete, but on a professional level, no professional women's team will beat the best professional men's team in that same type of a thing, right? Soccer, the women's soccer team is amazing, and we've won. Put them up against the men's best soccer team, they're not going to stand a chance to do it.
I mean, they might. 1 out of 10 times or 2 out of 10 times. They might.
No.
They might. You don't know.
1 out of 100, maybe.
You never know.
Sure.
Because again, how many teams were not given a chance and they won?
Sure.
I mean, the New York Jets in Super Bowl III.
Right. So how many? 1 out of 50.
You know what I'm saying,
Yes.
though? It can happen. Is it going to happen on the regular? No.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Law of average.
Is there a woman that could kick the shit out of me? Absolutely, there is.
Shit tons of them.
But given if everything's equal, I'm probably going to beat the woman because men are naturally stronger, and if
Mhm.
we're equal, there's a good possibility that because
Yep.
I'm stronger.
Yeah.
I can win that fight.
Yeah. And it's hard because people will constantly fight for this. And I more think conservative side of things. I think that men's sports and women's sports should be separated because of those types of things, right? Like when they're younger, I don't really care because kids are learning at this point, right? Nobody's any better than the other. Like, and if you mix it, that's completely fine. But so baseball and softball, sure. Like, I don't think that women should come over to the men's side because that's not sure they want more to compete against, but they could just dominate theirs and be amazing, right? And it's something my wife and I fight about all the time. But it's hard because men can't go down, can't go over to the women's side.
Do you have a problem with women coaching men?
God no.
So
No. Shit, I know women coach. I mean, we know some women that coach.
I got baseball cards in the mail today.
Oh, really?
Rachel Fulton baseball cards.
Nice. Oh, congrats, yeah.
And Dawn sent a picture to Rachel, said, "Hey, we finally got him."
Yeah.
And Rachel had seen that Dawn was arguing with an asshole on Instagram because he was bitching and moaning about women should stay out of men's sports.
Sure.
And Rachel's comment was, "Don't feed the trolls. They're always going to be there. Just let it be."
Yep.
And, the guy's argument was, basically women should keep their nose out of men's sports. These are men's sports. Go away. No, I have never heard of an issue with a man coaching a woman. There are many men that coach women. I coach women.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever said he shouldn't coach women. But I've heard so many people that are like, well, she shouldn't coach men. Why?
Yeah.
So
their knowledge is there.
Rachel ran clinics for me, okay? Yeah. And I had several people with boys that would call me and go, "Do you think this would be a good catching clinic for my son?" I said, "I think it would be excellent." Did I ever have a boy take me up on it? Never. They should have, because the shit she taught was top fucking notch. And it's absolutely transferable between softball and baseball.
Well, because what is she doing now?
She's coaching in AA for the Chicago Cubs.
Exactly, right? Like, she's up there and doing great things.
Yeah.
Like it's funny to me. The female that's a NFL referee.
Yeah, Dawn met her.
Cool. Like, it doesn't impress me. It sounds weird because I'm not a woman. I don't know this struggle type of thing. But like, I don't give a shit that it's the first woman. I don't give a shit that it's a woman doing it. Are you doing it to the best of your ability and doing the right thing? Like, I don't care if you're a man or woman out there, just fucking do the job, right? Like, I'm not, and that's hard because my wife wants me to be excited that it's the first woman. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, right? Like, I will tell you, like, if you're an Angel Hernandez, I'll tell you, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is why women shouldn't. I'd be like, no, you just fucking suck at what you do, right? Like, so if we had Angela Hernandez, I'd be like, hey, they suck. Like,
and part of the issue is, and this happened when Kamala Harris was, elected vice president.
Yeah.
It's the representation.
Yeah.
So Kamala Harris is vice president, and now not only can women, but black women can look at this and say, look, I could actually do that.
Yeah.
Because before her, never happened.
Right.
Before Barack Obama was president, no black man could sit there and say, I can aspire to be that.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'll be honest, Obama becoming president was a huge shock for me. Mm-hmm. And it's one big reason why I feel so weird. But I guess it's funny because back then I thought people were more racist than they were. I want to say were, not are, because right, like I was like, no way is this place gonna allow an African American to be president, and the whole time, 8 years, right? I'm like, he's gonna get assassinated. We're gonna, because you would think, like, because growing up, I learned a lot about the Ku Klux Klan. I learned a lot about all of these things and stuff like that. And, and people always say, hey, they're still around. And come to find out, like, nothing happened, nothing did whatever. And then they just show their fucking face, like, when Trump is here, and it's like, holy shit balls. Like,
but do you know why?
No.
So they showed.
I try not to because, like, I don't follow hate.
So they showed their face once Trump was here because he made it acceptable to outwardly act that way.
Yeah.
When they had that white supremacist group down in Charlottesville, North Carolina, that killed the one lady during that protest.
Yeah.
This asshole went on TV and said, there's very fine people on both sides. You're defending white supremacy, asshole. That there is no very fine white supremacist. It's literally like sitting there saying, that rapist is perfectly fine. He's a fine individual. No, he's not. He's a fucking rapist. Okay. Somebody that's lynching black people, they're not fine people. They're fucking racist assholes.
And, but as I say, it's just, to me, I feel like and when Trump decided to come through and do what he needed to, we went so far backwards. It took women so long to get the right to vote and so long to have the reproductive freedoms, and
It took them a long time to get a fucking credit card.
and then just fucking gone like
Yeah.
that, right? And we've talked about it, like my feelings and opinions. I'm pro-choice, but I also feel like I want the choice, right? If I'm willing to sign off and have have the other person's the woman sign off, and I will take full responsibility for this kid, I want that choice because it's mine. Like, to me, it does take two, and like that's my feelings and opinions. But like, granted, America's so fucked up, it wouldn't be able to happen where it's like, hey, all right, you're gone, kind of thing. And I don't know. But at the end of this day, like, I sit here and go, all right, so I'm the one. I'm the there's 1% out of us, where the other 99%, you know what? The other 99% then get their win and their choice, because what? Every woman, and I guess you would think every woman would want that, right? But they don't. Jesus Christ, they don't. And and so then it's like, all right, I see it, but like, to take it away from everyone, that's just rough for me, right?
I saw a great video the other day, an interview with a Colorado politician
Okay.
who is anti-abortion.
Okay.
And they asked him specifically, what changed since you paid for your mistress's
girlfriend's
abortion to now? Well, I don't believe in abortion, but you believed in it when you got your girlfriend pregnant and you paid for her abortion. So what changed now? Well, I don't believe in abortion. Again, he couldn't answer the question because honestly, he believes in abortion for him, but he doesn't believe in it for you.
When it impacts his life, right?
Correct.
You
will never stop abortions. You will stop safe abortions for poor people, and you will have safe abortions for rich people. So rich people will get safe ones and poor people will get unsafe ones. And that's the way life is.
And that, let's say, you know how we know this? China, right? It sucks to say, right?
But we also know it because it happened. It happened in the 40s, 50s, 60s.
Right. And
I've said this before, like, Dirty Dancing came out when I was 10. I did not know why Baby had to go get her dad for the dancer. I didn't know what the fuck was going on because I was 10.
Right.
Okay. It took me until I was like 13, 14 to realize, oh, she's pregnant. She had a fucking back door abortion from some fucking hack that just basically cut the kid out.
Yep.
And now she's in dire emergency.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Well, and it's what's going to happen. I look at things and say, I wish there was a way to change it. It's hard to live. It's hard to live in Michigan has definitely had it even more Democratic. Even like, it's scaring me how much farther and farther down it's getting. But
what part is scaring you?
For my business wise.
And I could see that, but again, from what I've seen in my 46 years, economy and businesses tend to run better under Democratic leadership.
Depending on the businesses, right?
What do you think? Because again, you were worried about Biden being president because he was going to pass or sign these executive orders that was going to screw up being a landlord and property manager.
Well, so right now they're working on trying to get rent control into place, right? So what that does is, theoretically, it takes it, and so it says, hey, I'm only allowed to increase a certain amount at a time. And if I get a turnover, I can't. So if you move out, right, if you're living in my place and you're paying $800 and you've been there for years and I'm only getting a 2% increase. And so now by the end of it, you're at 825. But now we're here in a great economy and it's now 1,500. I can't go out and rent it for the 1,500, right? They're saying, hey, you're so what it does is it takes my property that one day could have been worth $1 million and automatically just cap it at 800,000 or so. So I've lost $200,000-$300,000 worth of that money because of what they're doing, right? And it's harder to sell, and your cash flow is just not going to be the same, right?
How often do you raise rents?
Not very. I'm getting better at it.
Again, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
These problems are not going to affect you
but
because you don't ever sit there and say, I'm going to charge twice what I was charging.
but like there's a point, but like no, the problem is I'm in this position I'm in now, right? Where my taxes have gone up, everything's gone up. I'm selling one of my units because I'm so far behind on rents and so like I can't like I'm not making any money and it's been 5 years. Yes, it's worth a shit ton, so now I'm gonna sell it for the shit. But like I shouldn't be in that position. I should have done the right things along the way and be making the amount of money. Yeah, I'm very, very fucking fortunate, hopefully, that I make the shit ton of money that I'm going to make. But otherwise, like I should have been doing it the correct way. The city of Grand Rapids is getting worse. They're trying to do a lead-based paint thing. Okay, so any house that's built before 1970 or 1960, whatever it is, they're going to come in and do a swab. And this is every year, every 2 years, whatever it is. And the swab alone costs $100. And I need to hire somebody to do it. Plus, you have to get the testing done. So let's just say this is adding $250 to my fucking to my test. And mind you, I have to have a mechanical inspection, which is $100 and something. Plus, they're charging me for the inspection of the whole place itself. So every couple of years, about an $800 fucking bill, let's just say, plus whatever repairs have to get done to this damn thing. And it's like, because the city wants to come in and keep imposing their rules, right? While also saying, hey, you can't use this for Airbnb. You can't use this for midterm rentals. You can't, you're telling me what I can't do with my property. You're telling me like, hey, you can't leave your trailer here. This isn't an HOA. The city's saying, hey, you can't park here. You can't do this. You can't. And it's like, what the fuck are you like? They're controlling way too much of my business and what I can do with my business. And I don't like to lose power, right? And it's not that I have to be a power hungry person. It's I don't want to give you any more that I have to give, right? I want to offer a safe, fine place for people. And I want you to trust that I'm going to be the person, right? Like, I wish they would fucking do like a background check or let's say a 1 or 2 check. I wish they would go back and just do calls based off of, the problem is people have no problem putting a 1-star review, right? This as much as whatever.
Yeah, we get them.
Yep. And, so like, hey, if you call the city, then go take a look at the fucking thing, right? Like, I think landlords should have a strike system kind of a thing. Like, hey, we're going to come in, we'll check your first one. It'll be free. We'll just make sure the place is good. Okay, great. Now, if we don't have any complaints or calls or anything like that, nobody says anything. Great. Let the business run. Now, hey, if we have whatever, great. Now we're coming in to take a look. Okay. Now we have an issue, right? Now we're charging you for this inspection. Okay, great. Hey, you passed. No big deal. No harm, no foul. Oh, you didn't pass. Here's a strike, right? Like, hey, now we have to inspect everything that you have to do, right? Like the whole trust factor is just gone because of people in the past.
How many of you are out there versus corporate run?
No,
what do you mean? No,
there's just so many I couldn't tell you how many corporate runs are out there compared to the me mom and pops, right?
Yeah.
Like,
You're very much the minority.
oh God, yes. Like,
so again, you have, unfortunately, like everything in life, the minority has to pay for what the majority fucking does.
Yep.
And you can take, if you give me $100, I'm going to bet that $100 that the corporations are going to fuck everybody they can in every way that they can. And that's going to screw you over.
well, yeah. Well, in the city I'm in, for mostly my investments, right? We talk about it. I own, let's say an 8 unit or a 12 unit. Okay. I have to pay for all of those to get inspected.
Mhm.
Now there's a large corporation that owns, let's call it 600 units in one spot. They only have to have 20% of that inspected and to pay for that. And it's like, what the shit? Like, all right, they're making crap tons more. And somehow, like, why why do I have to have all of this inspected? Why am I bothering my tenants constantly and doing all this and walking through? Why can't you just do
Because
10% of everything?
they've already greased the wheels.
Oh God, 100%.
And you haven't.
Oh yeah, no, I mean their taxes are, it's funny because I bitch about my taxes and I start thinking about theirs and I'm like, shit, dude, like what I make in a day or what I make in a year, they're paying monthly in taxes, right? And it's just like, holy shit. I hope someday I'm there, right? Like puts a smile on my face. But
Again, I've never complained about paying taxes.
I do.
I think I complain where my tax money goes.
Yes.
I don't complain about paying the taxes. I'm okay with taxes if it goes to the right things.
Let me ask you.
Mhm.
Okay, so I buy a house, I fix it up, I sell it to you, I make $50,000, but now I have to pay 33% taxes because I sold it to you in 2 months. Now, if I wait 12 months, I only have to pay 20% in taxes. Why is that okay?
Because they got sick of not getting a bigger cut when people were flipping houses.
Sure.
So they said, if you're going to flip, we're going to make you pay more.
Right, why is that okay though?
Well, it's okay because a bunch of corporations came in and said, listen, Nick's making money off this.
Mhm.
We don't like that. So you need to change some rules.
But the answer is it's not okay, right? I mean,
It's not okay, but that's how rules get changed in this government.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody else, how many times do you look at a company like, let's say, Amazon,
yeah,
and they are starting to put either do what they want you to do small business wise on their site, or they're going to put your ass out of business. Walmart's another great example. So Walmart comes to a community that just has mom and pops.
yeah,
And Walmart's been there for a year. And where are the mom and pops now?
they're gone.
They're gone because Walmart undercut them on everything.
Oh yeah,
And what does Walmart then do? They raise their prices.
oh yes.
And then if they're not making enough money, they just close the fucking store and move on to the next fucking town because they don't give a shit. Because Walmart makes a shit ton of money.
And I look at it and say, again, everybody talks about supporting local businesses, but nobody does it. Right? Say, yes, we'll shop at places once, but you're not living your life on a constant basis doing those types of things. Small businesses can't carry everything that you need,
Mhm.
and now we've gotten so used to the way life is, right? Walmart. I didn't even realize I could be you and me, and we could sell on Walmart.com.
Absolutely, we can.
Like, yep, Walmart's trying to become an Amazon.
Yeah, they're trying to do what Amazon does.
Yep. Say, without getting the tax break for everything.
Well, and-
but you can go pick it up in store, so it's completely fine.
When you look at it, like restaurants are a great example.
Yep.
I don't eat at chains.
Yeah.
If I eat at a chain restaurant, it's something I'm grabbing really quick, like I'm getting a free fry at McDonald's,
Sure.
or $1 fry, because I won't pay full price at a fast food joint.
Yeah.
But if you got a coupon, I'll use that coupon and get it for less.
But I say we just talked about it. Your daughter works for a chain,
She does.
but it's a small business chain.
Right.
Like-
There are plenty of McDonald's out there that one guy owns that one and that's all he owns.
Yeah.
And for him, he's a small business, even though he carries that name because he pays for that franchise.
Yep.
But if I don't eat at Applebee's, I don't eat at Chili's, I don't eat at Red Lobster,
Sure.
because I will find someplace smaller that I know is impacting my community. I'll go eat at, let's say, Woody's,
Sure.
because that's a small business.
What are they doing for the community though?
Woody's does stuff. I don't know what.
Right. Like,
I mean, they do some stuff, but
I'll listen.
again,
Let's say.
I know that if I'm spending the money there, it's
Mhm.
staying in the community is the point. Okay. Because they live in the community, so they're spending money.
Sure.
Their workers live in the community, they're spending money. It's not like the Walmart workers that are living in the community spending money, because
Right.
every dime Walmart takes in, they're taking to corporate.
Oh gosh, yeah. It's so what's weird is
Hmm.
the amount of people that work for Walmart that are very devoted to Walmart. Like those, if you ever talk to the employees, like where do they shop? Like, oh, they shop at Walmart. They will not go to Meijer, and it blows my mind, man.
I'm not that devoted.
Well, you don't work there, but like I'm just
Even
Well-
at my job, I'm not that devoted.
no, God, say
Again, I went to Metro many times because Metro's right down the road from me. I won't go there now because they tried to kill me.
but your company, that's a number 2 on your company though, isn't it? Or whatever. Like, what do you guys call that? I forget the word.
I mean,
Metro's not uh a Corhell a Corwell
no,
thing. So,
they're owned by University of Michigan now.
right. So, but like, you would pay more to
I
go to
pay
Metro.
more to go to Metro.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I would still go to Metro because it's closer.
Okay.
So up until they tried to kill me, if I had to go to the ER, I just went to Metro because it's 5 minutes from my house.
Sure.
And for me, the convenience of being there is better than trucking my ass all the way downtown or clear out to East Town or whatever.
Oh, I'm headed out to East Town on 2 days. So, and told my wife, I said, when I get out of anesthesia, I'm going straight to Yesterdog and eating Yesterdog, but I don't think I'll
Yeah, I
be
don't think
able
that's going to happen.
to say. I can dream, can't I?
You
But
can.
when I had my testing 2 weeks ago, I literally left there and went to Yesterdog. So,
But again, Yesterdog,
yeah,
small business.
yep. And I say, it's, but I don't know any large corporations that really sell Costco. But
Costco.
I still eat at Costco. So,
I do like Costco, but I like Costco because they seem to treat their employees really well.
honestly, they really do, right? Like,
And that means something to me.
yeah, it's, I believe that if you're taking care of the people in the community and things like that, then you'll be successful. It's just very hard to find those companies that I want to love Meyer. I just wish they would do better. And they're a union, but like as I said, I think did I tell you this? My niece now works for Meyer
Yes, you did tell me this.
and is now making more money than my brother, who's been there 15 years.
Yes, and you were quite pissed off.
Like, how are you allowing this to happen, right? Just do better, right? My brother needs to run in there and say, hey, I need more money because this is absolute bullshit. I was say there was another gas station that was hiring, and she's making $4 an hour more than a normal local gas station. I think it's $5 an hour more than what she was making, which is huge.
Yeah, it is huge.
So I'm hoping she comes to the event this weekend.
I hope so too.
Yeah. So what are you selling stickers at the thing, or just what's on the wall already?
I didn't make any new ones.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Caitlin's Born This Way stickers on our table to try and highlight them.
Okay.
And then I mean if people want shirts from Break Room or stickers from Break Room, we will absolutely be selling those.
Sure.
I'm gonna take some of our swag downstairs and we'll give it out to some people. We talked before we got on air that for anybody that hasn't listened, and this will probably air after the event this weekend at Break Room Therapy. We're doing a Pride event at Break Room Therapy on June 30th. And Nick and I have a table for Bucks and Brews. We're going to talk Bucks and Brews. We're going to sell 3D printed stuff that we've made. Dawn put together gift bags. There's gift bags for kids that come. There's gift bags for adults. First 200 people get a gift bag. And I sat there while one of the employees was putting them together on Sunday, and I'm like, shit, I should put some Pops and Pennies pins in the kids' gift bags because that's perfect.
Yep.
And then I'm like, well, shit, I should get some Bucks and Brews stickers and put them in the adult gift bags because, again, that's perfect. So we added stickers and pins to all the gift bags. So, people have something from us as well. We're going to be giving away some stuff downstairs. Like if they buy a dice tower, I have these mini dice. We're going to give them, 1 or 2 dice to go with their dice tower. I have some stickers that they can get. I have some charms, if they spend X amount of dollars, which we'll have to figure out what that is, they can pick out a charm. Just some stuff to give away. And again, the LGBTQ community is near and dear to my heart because my daughter's, a lesbian.
Yeah.
But also because I'm empathetic. So I care about marginalized people. And it doesn't get much more marginalized sometimes than, that community. And it's important for Dawn and I to show support. I know it's important for you to show support. You ran the first Pride event in Hudsonville.
Yeah.
So I mean that's something you and I have always cared about. You wear your Tigers Pride hat all the time.
Yeah, I can't get a replacement.
I can't get one for my Cubs hat either, and I don't know where the fuck it is.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, I say mine's falling apart because I wear it so often. I need to I'm trying to wear it so little.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Well, I got my 501st Pride hat on right now.
Yeah, let's say. But I do, I have my Pride hat that I took on the boat that I had to call the Uber back
Yes.
for, that it's like that hat has cost me more money than any
Other
ever
hat?
cost me. And it's probably the cheapest fucking hat I own, to be honest with you. Say, I could have just bought it, but that's completely my fault.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have a really nice event on Sunday. And again, Dawn hired security, so you and I don't have to worry about doing it. Hopefully we're covered in here.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a really nice day, and a whole lot of love's gonna get shared, where people are gonna know that
Is Benson coming up?
he is.
Okay.
People are gonna know that, the community here does care, even though Byron Center is not known as a welcoming, accepting community, but the people that we have here will be.
Yeah, no, and I mean, hopefully nothing goes crazy. Honestly, you kind of hope for protesters out front to bring in a shit ton of people, and hopefully a million people show up, and
Well, I mean,
all the food trucks sell out of food. But
good
whatever.
news is if the protesters show up, it's private property. You're not allowed to be here. It's not like when they go to a park.
Right?
Like I remember you dealing with protesters at Holland Pride one year.
Oh yeah.
They had every right to be there. It's a public place.
Yep.
This is not.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Saying it stops at the road, so you
Yeah,
guys are pretty.
so they
far
can
back.
stand on the road if they want, but that's it.
Yeah. No, I don't think you'll have really too much.
I don't either.
I'm not seeing things talked about too much.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I think when it comes down to it, you have to understand that everybody talks about how you're throwing it down you're throwing it in my face, you're throwing it down my throat, you're doing. Nope. Just letting you aware that there's if we do this, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to my events page
Yeah.
on Facebook real quick. And there's a Byron Festival Days coming up Friday. Oh, hey, let's say we have to have him on. ACP Entertainment
do.
is going to be doing that. Byron Center movie in the park, Trace Gatto's anniversary.
Mhm.
But I don't know, Grandpa's Art Museum, Green, whatever, Patty something, the Mayhaps. I just scroll by. It's not my type. Bike time. Yep, my bike's down, so I'm not doing it. Like water lanterns on the all you have to do is just scroll by. Hey, does this interest me? Yes. If not, just
keep going.
keep going. It's not something for you. Oh, Holland Pride Festival is this Saturday. Gotcha. Oh shit. That's gonna be are you guys gonna be, because you guys is a Sunday, so are you guys going out to the Pride Festival on Saturday?
We are not. They raised prices a lot,
Oh really?
and Dawn's like, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't afford that.
you didn't get anything out of it. Let's say.
We get some traction, but not a ton.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's got to make business sense, and it just
Huh.
it didn't. So I'm looking right now: Coopersville Car Show and Summer Something, the
Yep.
Oddities and Curiosities Expo, Saturday Slip and Slide 2024,
Yep. Which has been going. I mean, it's been years that they've been doing that damn thing.
Grand Rapids Water Lantern Festival,
Yep.
Portage District Library, Lego City. I have no interest in most of these.
Yep.
But I'm not going to go on the event.
The rain.
Yeah.
Go to the Lego one. Losers.
Yeah, I'm not
Who the fuck builds Legos?
not doing any of that
Right.
because it doesn't affect my life.
Right.
It's something they wanted to have, perfectly fine. And anybody wants to go to, that's great. Have fun.
Yeah. It's just weird. People. It's funny because everybody says mind your own fucking business, and people just don't know how to do that for the most part. Hey, if you asked a question, answer the thing. If not, just walk away. Who gives a shit, right? You have the ability to do that.
Well, it's like those memes where you see, a dude riding a bike and then the bike topples over.
Like-
Then in the next thing, you see him holding a stick and sticking it in the bike spokes
Yeah.
to trip himself.
Yeah.
That way he could blame somebody. And it's like,
Yep.
Unfortunately, that is a lot of people.
Blames the stick. Yes. I love it. Stupid fucking stick.
I mean,
Is it?
it's like that joke of thanks, Obama.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
How many times did you hear that? And literally had nothing to do with anything Obama ever did. The people that I love. Where was Obama on 9/11? Why wasn't he in the White House? Because he wasn't the fucking president.
Say George Bush is sitting there going, "That's mine." God damn it.
And people were like, yeah, he should have been in the White House.
Yeah.
He wasn't the fucking president, idiots.
Say,
I'm not even sure if he was in Congress at the time.
he probably, I don't know. He probably would have been.
Maybe. I don't know how many terms he served.
But it's and again, if this isn't, it's funny because everybody thinks that the U.S. is a ship, and that the leader goes down with the ship. Let me be clear about this. That's not how the fuck this works. Okay. If something happens, they go into a complete shelter that's protected by a crap ton of people to make sure that the leader stays around, right? Like,
yeah,
you're making sure your leader's around forever. Everything else goes first.
So Obama was definitely not in DC
No,
for 9/11 because he was a state senator in Illinois.
Yeah.
From 97 to 2004.
Okay.
But there are conservatives that'll sit there and go, well, he should have been in the White House. Why? He wasn't even in the federal government at that point. He was in state government.
He should have been, though. You're
Obviously.
right. He should have been running all these fucking years. No, I say, there's morons. There's morons. My favorite is that meme. Morons everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, yep, I agree with you. We have the same thought process.
There's an episode of South Park, and I think Cartman says to Kyle, do you really think that 25% of people are stupid? He goes, well, let's take a sample size. There's 4 of us. You're an idiot. That's 25%.
25%, yes. I just seen that the other day, actually.
And I mean, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Again, I have friends and they've said to me before, do you really think I'm stupid? Yes, I do. Unfortunately. And again, I've told everybody in my life, if you don't want me to answer a question, if you're not ready for my answer, don't ask.
Don't ask.
Because I'm going to tell you the truth and you may not like it.
Yep. I'm sorry. No, and I've learned to sugarcoat things and to just say I don't want to answer. And it's funny because I give, my wife she'll still do the same stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of this? Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter what I think. Oh, and I try so hard to not fucking and then finally, after the 7th, 10th, whenever the fuck I finally get annoyed, I just let her have it, right? I think this person's the biggest fucking moron I've ever met. How, oh, you could have just said you didn't like it. Nope, I tried that 7 fucking times, okay? And
it's almost like they expect us to continue to be nice. I was nice by not answering the question. Stop fucking asking me.
Oh, man. Oh, her wife's great.
I mean, my wife will tell you the thing my wife hates the most about me is I can walk away from anybody. Literally, I can just walk away from anybody. I walked away from Mike for 15 fucking years.
Right. Oh yeah, my wife hates that too.
And she's like, well, that means you could walk away from me at some point. I mean, I could. It'd be a hell of a lot harder.
It sucked, yes, but yes.
But that's life.
My wife and I are fighting right now.
Oh God.
Not fighting that way. Like
disagreeing.
Yes, and it's about stupid shit. Like it is basically it's about divorce. And this whole co-parenting thing, right?
Yeah.
She thinks that people should get along. And I, oh hey, we should co-parent and blah blah blah, and do and I'm like, you know what that's called? That's called fucking marriage. Okay. When people don't get along, that's called divorce. And you think that in divorce, people are going to get along when they couldn't do it during marriage, but now they're coming together because now they're only focused on one thing. No, you don't fucking divorce me. Like, I'm fucking done with this, right? And I'm like, granted, my family's divorced. Like, my family is the divorce fucking capital of my sister, my mom, my everybody's fucking divorced. My wife's family, nobody divorces. Everybody's kind of got their thing. Sure, the one aunt maybe, and everybody just goes, oh, we don't talk about that. Her first husband was a piece of shit. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like,
whether they like each other or not, they just stay together.
Yeah, but I say, no, like they're separated, but now the new husband's around, so that's completely fine. Because it only happened once in the 17 fucking people that are there.
Yeah.
And it's like, and my wife, and I'm like, you gotta just be so fucking naive, right? And she gets mad because I'll be like, you're stupid. Like, no, if you can get along, that's called marriage. If you can't get along, why the fuck would I respect you after we're divorced? Like, no. Like, let me be clear about this. Like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this is going to be. Yeah, I tell my wife all the time. I was like, I understand that in 10 years, right, when my daughter's 18 and she's out of high school, my wife will divorce me because she doesn't have to fucking worry about the kid anymore. Like, I fully kind of am aware of this, right? But like, it sucks because
And if she divorces you, you don't have to deal with her anymore, and she doesn't have to deal with you anymore because your daughter's old enough to do whatever the fuck she wants.
whatever she wants, right? And that's it. Like, and so, you know, oh, so we fight about this whole thing, and I'm like, no, like I look at things so different, and she does not look at it from the same, and that's what different. But like, yep, and it's weird to fight about something that's not even happening in our life, and I'm just like, you know, hey, tell me how many people you know that are doing great at co-parenting. Come on, I'll wait. Okay, now I'll go through a big list of people that hate each other, fucking divorce. Ready? Here we go.
Right.
Just stupid, you know.
How many exes are you still friends with?
None. I mean, I know, like, I have a couple of them on Facebook, and I'm happy for them with what they're doing in life, but we don't talk. Like, if I
Right.
run into them locally, I will, hey, what's up? But that's it, right?
So like Mike even. So Mike friended Walling and I on Facebook like 2-3 years before he ever said a fucking word.
Yeah.
And when I got the request, I called up Walling and I'm like, Mikey, what the fuck do I do with this? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna accept it. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck to do with this.
Right.
So then I'm like, all right, fine, I'll accept it too. And I accept it. And then he doesn't say a fucking word. And I'm like, why the fuck did you want to connect with me if you're not even gonna fucking say anything? Because I'm not gonna say the first thing. That's just not gonna happen.
right.
And like 3 years. And even he has said, he's like, yeah, I don't know what made me do it. I just did it.
That's the first step of trying.
Yeah.
right?
And I mean, I'm so happy he's back in my life. I really am.
Yeah.
But I was never gonna make that move because that's not a me move.
See, and it is a me move, right? I like, if you send me a friend request and we haven't talked and be like, what the fuck do you like, I'm either gonna come aggressive. I'm either gonna say, what the fuck do you want, depending on how I'm feeling, or hey, question mark, right? Like, and then, figure out if you're scamming me type of a thing or not.
Well, and even with me, I'm not even gonna throw the request out there.
I know, but like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I will.
It's just, I don't know. I guess I'm a prick that way.
Oh, you definitely are.
But I mean, you and I, we have that issue a lot because we're kind of steadfast in how we feel and a whole lot stubborn. I'd say a little stubborn, but it's a whole lot stubborn. And that kind of, I guess, leads to arguments with our wives because they get sick of our stubbornness. And then, of course, they feel invalidated because, well, if you could leave so-and-so, you could leave us, which, I mean, again, that's entirely true. But it'd be a whole lot harder for me to leave my wife than it would, somebody that I'm friends with, because all of what we do is wrapped up into each other because we live together and we have animals together and we share a daughter and, we share a business and we have a house together. I mean, there's just so many things that would change if we decided, all right, we can't do this anymore. We're going to split up. And my wife knows better than Nick's wife that, if that goes down, we're not friends. We're not staying civil. We're just never talking again because we can't make it work. I'm just done. See you later. Don't talk to me again. And I know that's scary for my wife, and I'm sure it's scary for Nick's wife as well. But again, as Nick said, if it's not working and you decide the marriage is over, that means the relationship is over. We're not hanging out. We're not being civil. We're just done.
And to me, like, that's exactly it, right? I was thinking about healthcare again.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I want to figure out if there's experts out there that can. I'd love to have somebody from another country come on, talk about their healthcare system a little bit, right? Because I don't think there's a way that we could fix ours.
there are ways we could fix ours, but we will never take the steps to fix it.
Right. And we can't. I mean, but like
We could, we won't. Again, it's the same way we fix the government. There's term limits, there's age limits.
right.
Again, you have to be 35 to be the president, but you can also be 95 and be the president. That's bullshit. There's a certain age that should be a cutoff. Again,
Why?
why?
Yeah.
Because to me, the president is representing people. He should be of the people. Okay. How many 90-year-olds are living?
I mean, not as many as you would, say 40 years.
Again,
But
I would like middle-aged people in there.
now,
I-
currently,
I'm sick of people like Pelosi going back to Congress year after year. You've been in office 50 fucking years. You look decrepit. Dianne Feinstein basically dying on the House floor because they just want to keep propping her ass up. And again, I side with liberals most of the time, but these two motherfuckers should have gotten out a long time ago.
Mhm.
McConnell should have gotten out a long fucking time ago. You people are too fucking old. You don't represent the people that are actually doing the work and the hard stuff.
but they're representing what their region represents. I will kind of disagree on what you're saying, but I will add, I do think there needs to be a psychological evaluation. You have to have a fucking physical and an eval to drive a semi.
Yeah.
But you don't have to fucking
Be in
lead
Congress?
the country.
Yeah.
Right.
And again,
Pisses me off. I know that it's just fun because I like to fuck with you. You can't vote if you're a felon,
right,
but you can be a president.
correct.
So that just that blows my mind.
Well, and
He
you
can't even vote for himself.
so
Motherfucker can't even vote for himself.
when you sit there and you look at somebody like Pelosi,
Yeah.
she lives in a fairly young district, but they're extremely liberal.
Mhm.
So the only reason she keeps going back is because they're so liberal. If it's got a D next to its name, they're voting for it.
Right.
That's the end of the fucking story. So she's doing what they vote her to go do, but that she's not necessarily who they'd like to do it.
Right.
She's just doing it because nobody has enough power to say, you know what, old lady, you've done this long enough. Go the fuck away.
But they're doing what she needs, right? They're doing what she's doing what they need, right? So if you walk in there, I don't want to say me, if you walk in there and you're going to vote the exact same way she would, why not just have the person that already knows the system be in there?
Because there's not enough power for me to go in there and take her on.
Right.
Because she has the money and the support,
Yeah.
not from the people, from the corporations,
Oh, God, yeah.
to keep sending her ass in there. Because again, it takes a lot of money to run a campaign.
Yeah.
And how do you get that money? You bend to special interests.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
So, Marlboro comes, and says, hey, I don't really like the new laws against smoking in hospitals, in bars.
Yeah.
So I'm going to donate $500,000 to your PAC, and maybe you can look at that for me.
Yeah. Maybe you could, not vote for that one.
Right.
Yep.
Which again, that shit needs to go away.
I want to bring up another point.
Yeah.
Something that's really pissing me off because you and I both fucking hate religion.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, Louisiana
Yes.
just
Posting the 10 Commandments in every school.
mandatory.
And it's got to be what, 11 by 14 at least?
Oh, is it really?
They have a minimum requirement of how big it has to be posted in every room. So you can't post it like yay fucking big. It has to be readable.
Yeah.
It's
Huh.
either 11 by 14 or 11 by 17.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's
They're
insane.
49th in education, Louisiana.
Nice.
And that's the shit this fuckwad is worried about.
They can't
Hour 23.
say sorry, they can't seem to they can't seem to give people free lunches because that's doing whatever, but you're damn right we better have the 10 commandments in that fucking classroom.
I'm so mad at this free lunch thing. It angers me so much. There's so much data on how much better kids do in school when they're well fed,
Yes.
but you people are gonna fight to keep them from getting fed? What kind of asinine bullshit is this? You tell us you're for the kids, you want to protect the kids, but you won't give them fucking food?
Dude, again, we talked about it. My area, I get free food.
Yep.
Right. I live in a fucking rich.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put it to you this way. I live in an area, and this is one thing that always blew my mind. I live in an area where houses are decent value, but the people that live there, their plane is worth just as much as their house. Okay. Let me say, like, people own private fucking plane, like, just a little putty jumpers, have fun, like, because
4-seaters.
exactly it, right? Like, but sure, like, we live in an area where every other fucking house has a pool in their backyard.
Yeah.
Like, I live in what we seen back in the 90s or 2000s on TV of a fucking white picket fence with a house. Like, that's what I live in, that fucking neighborhood. Okay. Sure. I don't live in the McAllister's fucking 90-bedroom house, but in Michigan compared to that area of New York, yes, I live in that area. Right. And we get free fucking food. Okay. Now I've said it since the beginning. We don't need it. I wish they would take that money and give it to things that are needed. But you know what? I'm going to take it because I know you're going to go fuck it up and not give it to the right place.
Right.
Like, so, I'm going to take it. And Louisiana not being able to fucking give these kids free lunches and doing these things, like, it just blows my mind. So I posted my thing about the 10 Commandments, and I said, I understand, because I said I understand why people are doing homeschooling, because who would want to be in a classroom filled with the 10 Commandments? And I said I believe in separation of church and state. I know I do that type of a thing because I know it pisses a lot of people off me. And it's funny because the people I see comment are, so one guy on there is you don't have any friends like that, but so he's 40-ish, no kids, no wife, no girlfriend, no, like, what the fuck are you, like, you care about these kids? I understand that, but like, but he's not a youth leader. He's not around this, but he has
an
opinion of what kids should be doing. But like,
but no skin in the game.
Kind of feel like I would get it if you were a youth leader, but like you wanted to impact the world and do something, but I'm just not, right? And so I posted, right, again, let me repeat what I posted. I said people are homeschooling their I said, no wonder why people are homeschooling their children, because who would want to read the 10 Commandments every day? And somebody said, what about a pride flag? And this is where my problem, and I didn't fight anybody. Have you seen, I didn't post a single thing. It's funny because a lot of people will post their stuff, and I hate some people that respond because their response are just as annoying as whatever, and they're pro what they think I am, but it's not. I hate the 2-factor thing. Okay. Like, my problem was the 10 Commandments being inside of a classroom. My problem was not the million other things.
It's whataboutism. It always is.
Right. It's not right. Exactly. Whataboutism. That's exactly it. Oh, what about this? What about that? No. Let's deal with one thing and one thing only. Right.
So what about the pride flag? I'm going to ask you that, Nick. Yeah. What about the pride flag? What state in this country has required schools to hang a pride flag?
None.
Then you need to give me something that's equivalent that pisses you off on the other side. So this person sitting there going, what about a pride flag? Yeah. That's not an equivalency. That's like saying 2 + 2 is 18. Okay. That's not the same fucking thing.
Ring. Yes.
Should I answer?
Oh gosh, we could pause it. Yeah, say 128.
I'm podcasting. What's up?
So
you got power back?
And that's where it becomes,
I'll talk to you later.
A big thing where it's just, I thought you were gonna have her on the air.
No,
it's so much more fun.
She was just telling me she got power back finally.
Good. So ring.
My mom called everyone.
And it made it's a good day for a smile. Right. And people, people think that everything has to have a fairness, which is what it's one thing I don't love about Democrats, right? They think everything has to be fair. Like, it's not fair that the CEO makes so much money and the employees don't. Like, life isn't fucking fair, right? Like, you don't have to have your side of equalness. Like, no, like, just understand that, hey, you're going to get your freedoms and you have all the rights to go start your own. You have all, and that's where like me as the Republican side of things is like, you have the ability to go start your own Amazon. You have the ability to go do this. You have the ability to fucking do this. Go do it, right? Go try it. Go see if it works. Go make it the biggest fucking baddest thing in the world. Go undercut everybody, right? Fly your ass to China, pay more money, do, fool all your people. Like, and so that's what gets me is that, oh, but it's not fair. Like, as a kid, I was told like life isn't fucking fair. Get the fuck over it, right?
See, and I think when we're coming from the fair thing, especially with the CEOs, it was one thing in the 70s when CEOs made, I'm just going to make up numbers.
10% more.
Right. Whereas now when they make 12,000% more.
Yeah.
That's what's not fair. They, Reagan came in and cut all the regulations, and it made it so CEOs and C-suite people could make so much more money than the actual people doing the work and the ones that make the company go. I said this, and I'm not going to get too much into stuff that went on this weekend, but I had a conversation with a coworker on Monday, and I'm like, listen, there are employees we have at Break Room Therapy that when they are sick or somebody dies, they will get a hold of Dawn and they will say, listen, I hate to do this, but, and her answer is always the same. If you need the day, take the day.
Yep.
I opened this business. You did not. It is not your responsibility to find somebody to work. It is my responsibility. And if I can't find somebody to work, I'll deal with that.
Yep.
And Dawn's 100% right. We got a hold of Chloe on Friday to come in and relieve me.
Yep.
Because she was available to come in and relieve me. I was prepared to work the entire night.
Yep.
And it was great that I didn't have to. But that was the reality of my life at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you were willing and ready to. It just, and there's other things, I guess, where it's like, oh, this isn't fair. Housing is a thing. Back in the day, everybody could just go get a loan for anything they wanted. Now, the housing price is so much, and it's like, it goes back to it. Like, you can bitch about it, or you can just go buy a house, right? Like, and somebody like me who, I post on Facebook, like, I look at Danny and OJ or TJ or ZJ or MJ and QJ. So, and like, right, like, we're talking to them, and it's like, dude, like, they just took advice and they threw in a low offer. They did, and it's like, man, if people would just go do this, like, they'd be so much more like, I have, sure, and especially right now. Okay, so like, sure, I'll give it to you. It's very hard a year ago. It's whatever, right? When you were getting a shit ton of offers and you're out here throwing fucking, if they want 300,000, it's going to go for 400. My dumbass is still throwing $250,000 offers. Okay, yeah. Right? Because sure, it might say cash, it's going to stick, do whatever. I don't care. I'm going to do that type of a thing. And because who knows what else is, I think every opportunity needs to be taken, right? People aren't posting enough. They're just bitching. They want handed thing. And that's where I get my problem. It's like, if you can come to me and tell me you've tried everything, and then I'll listen. But until you've knocked on your fucking neighbor's door to see if they actually want to sell, until you've sent letters to people saying, hey, I'm doing this, like, until you take the steps to fucking buy houses the way I do, I'm not going to sit here and, oh, houses are too expensive, blah, blah. No, you want the easy way. You want what the normal American looks at, and you get a realtor whose job is to fucking give you these things that are listed out there for them. Hey, we're going to go drive around and look at a fucking house and, oh, hey, let's put an offer in. You want that fucking, you want to go to Meijer and buy your fucking tortillas off the shelf and go, oh, I got these, great. You want to do that with a house. I want to walk into fucking Meijer, I see this house, I bought this house, and it's not fair that things are going so crazy. It's not fair that somebody else works a little harder and can offer a little bit more, or this person put in 5,000. Who the hell would pay 20 grand more? They would, motherfucker, them, right? The people that got the house, you didn't. It irks me when people say, oh, but it's like, man, you could go offer so, like, go. There's opportunities.
So I'm going to give you the flip side.
Sure.
And not necessarily the total flip side,
sure.
But when I look at like boomers that have the same argument that what you're having,
yeah,
they don't compare it to what you've done. They compare it to what they did in 1980.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So they bought a $25,000 house. They were making $5 an hour, let's say.
Yep.
and they had a new car because that was affordable. And they're like, well, I did it in 1980, making $5 an hour. You can do it too. Yeah, your house cost 25,000. Let's say it cost 50,000. And let's say you had a 20% loan on the house. Okay,
Sure.
that still sucks. But we're looking at a house payment of what, $400?
I say actually, I kind of want to look that up real quick.
Okay, so you look that up.
50K.
$50,000 house. And of course, you have to have 20% down.
Okay, so that's putting me at $40,000 loan.
Correct.
$40,000 loan at 20% interest.
Yep.
That's $668
Okay. Which,
without taxes and insurance.
correct, which is a lot of money.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's not.
Sure.
But what's the average house value right now?
Honestly, through the nation, it's like 413, right?
Okay, so
Or 412.
let's do the math. You only need 3% now because you have no fucking money.
Yeah. So
Let's say you need 5.
let's do 375.
Okay.
If that works for you. 375,000. And this is at the new interest rate. Are we doing new or are we doing 3% interest?
No, let's do, you need 3% down.
Yeah.
Let's do 7%.
7% interest.
Because that's probably close,
It's-
right?
Yeah, it's 2,500 bucks.
So
2,495, but it's
so you're about 4 times more.
three, yeah,
You're about 4 times more.
Yep.
And
for the average house.
that guy was making $5. Let's say you're making over federal minimum wage. Let's say you're making 10.
Yeah,
How you doing that?
you're not.
And that's the problem I have on the other side of the coin with the argument that the boomers give.
Yeah.
They're like, it could happen. I did it with making less money. Right. You did it with everything in your favor. And then what you did is you started to get into, powerful positions in government and you started slamming the fucking door in everybody's face that was younger than you because you had slogans like whoever dies with the most toys wins.
Oh God, yes.
Fuck you. I'm not looking to screw everybody else over. I'm looking to get from point A to point B without hurting anybody else if that is possible.
It's saying I want to get from point A to point B and grow everybody else around me.
Right.
Right. And when I bought my first house, I was making $825 an hour, right? Like 50, literally almost the same numbers. I paid $60,000. Yes, the economy was shitting low. It's worth, $350 now or whatever it would be. But like, again, it's possible. Everybody tells me, oh, you can't find these things. Again, 2 months ago, I just bought a house for $100,000 in a $225,000 neighborhood. Yes, I put $40,000 into it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like this is the type of thing that I'm saying, like you could go do it. Somebody think about it. If I buy it for $100,000, somebody could have offered 130 and still been ahead, right? Like,
But
you
do
have
they
to be
have
that
the money?
person-
Do they have the money to put the work in after that?
but they can. I mean, what's your budget, right? Like,
Right.
and again, so we talked to Rob De La Torre.
Yeah.
We should have him back on.
We should.
But like, right, there's a FHA 203K, right, which is a loan that you can get to put the work in, right? You have a license contract. They come in, and so now you have a house that's ready for you when you're there, right? I mean, it's no different than building a house.
Mhm.
It's just the house is already built. And now you're paying for the fixing of it, right?
Right.
So there's loans out there to do what you need to do. It's just a longer process and a little bit more paperwork, and people are just so lazy and won't do it, right? Like,
Or they don't know about it.
that's exactly it, right?
Because you just said that. I didn't know about that. I had no idea that existed.
Yeah, that's how I bought my first house, but we didn't take the money to fix it up because I didn't want to make the payment. I was comfortable with the 60,000 only.
Yeah.
And then I figured throughout our life, because I never thought of getting into real estate. I just thought throughout our life we would just, hey, we have $7 for a gallon of paint. I'm gonna paint these walls.
Right.
Like next week I have $7. I'm gonna go paint this wall. Go home and fix my house because I'm fucking broke.
So you know all the issues Caitlin's had at her place with the foundation and shit.
Yeah. How did it ever get
Well,
fixed?
Dudley came in
Cool.
and insurance gave her $1,000 less than the quote.
Okay.
Okay. And
Did the we'll talk about that off here. So
So of course,
sure.
because I didn't know what it was. He came in and he said the thing out, and I don't know if we'll end up. Oh, I looked into some different ways to possibly save money. She was at Menards and Home Depot today looking at flooring.
Be careful.
What?
Just flooring is different, right? Like, and so compare apples to apples, right? Okay, I have used Menards flooring for 79 cents. Okay, a square foot.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the really cheap stuff.
Right. Right. You want a 10 to 12 mil layer aware thing, right? Because it's going to hold up for a lot longer. A lot of the things that you're seeing in the $1.20 range is going to be a 5, maybe an 8 type of a thing. It's not going to last long. Caitlin has cats. She has weather and things like that. So
I think the one at Menards she was looking at was like $239 a square foot.
oh, perfect.
And it's discounted right now to $199.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So it's
And the one she's looking at Home Depot is like $249 a square foot, something like that.
sure.
So, and I told her where budget wise.
There we go.
All right, we're back. We lost internet there for a second, but that's at an hour 41, Nick. So I will actually text that as well.
David's going through all this stuff.
So many text messages.
So anyway, so you said the price is going to be, about $1,000.
Yeah, and I said,
And what is that? That's just her living room?
no, that would be for the whole condo where she has carpet.
Doesn't she have carpet in her bedrooms?
She does.
Her condo's more than 600 square feet for the living room.
Yeah, but she doesn't have carpet throughout.
Yeah, but I'm saying the living room, the dining room, the hallway, and the 2 bedrooms, that's only 600 square
The
feet.
hallway doesn't have any.
Oh, okay.
Hallway, kitchen, bathroom doesn't have any. The back room that has the wash dryer doesn't have any.
I didn't see that room, I guess, but there's 2 bedrooms in there, right?
Yes.
Huh. I guess maybe it's smaller place than I think it is. It must be.
Well,
But-
that's what Jason.
Oh yeah, the back room with the washer and dryer.
Right.
Right off the. Yep. Say.
So I mean, she's got a strip here, and then it goes all the way to that wall, and then it juts this way for the.
All right. Say.
And I did the math for her. I'm like, okay, if you go 250, now you're about 1205.
Yep.
So I mean, it's the difference of $300.
Yep.
So you have to figure out what you want. And she's like, well, I think I'd like the cheaper in the bedrooms, the cheaper one,
Yeah.
and I'd like the more expensive one in the living room because I spend more time out there, and I like to feel better.
Okay.
Which for me, I may talk to her and say, and again, you get 11% back at Menards.
Sure.
You
get. I don't. I literally didn't turn my receipt in and I would have gotten $180 or something like that
right.
because I bought a bunch of flooring. And I bought a bunch of other shit. I just didn't turn my receipt in.
So, her and I are still kind of talking that out to see where we want to be.
Are they different? It's her house. I don't really care. But
I can show you what she's looked at.
I'm just saying, like, if you're going with 2 different wood floors, that just kind of would look weird to me if you.
They're similar colors.
Okay.
So they're not too far apart.
Sure.
So
yeah, I
actually it was $2 a square foot at
Lowe's, yeah.
at Home Depot.
Okay.
So
Oh.
that's the one from Home Depot. Still the same one from Home Depot.
Okay.
And then the one at Menards was this one.
I like that. Actually, it's a lot like what I just put into my place.
That's that right there.
Yeah. No, I like that one a lot.
And I was pretty impressed with it too.
I think I just put that in to one of my places. Let me see if I can
12 mil.
Yeah, perfect. Yep. Yeah, honestly, you'll absolutely love it. It's good. It's a good quality. I mean, I think you'll be fine. Make sure you're backing it. Yeah, really, I think she'd be happy with it.
I don't
So-
know about the one at Home. Oh, it looks like 12 mil at Home Depot too.
Yep.
Yeah, it is for that one.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I mean, so both of them are going to work, but you're saving 50 cents a square, right?
And again, nothing against Dudley,
Yeah, but
but if I can get it done cheaper. So, and I told Caitlin, I'm like, listen, you have $11,000 to work with.
11,000
Yeah.
from what?
That's what insurance ended up cutting because Dudley's quote was 12,700. So she's got like 11,000.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said 3,000.
That's what they initially gave because we didn't have a quote. They were just guessing.
Gotcha.
So she's already paid Dudley 700 or whatever it was for him to come out and investigate.
Okay.
So she's down to like 11 grand that she has left.
Yep.
I'm like, if we can get this job done for 6, the other 5 you can use however you want.
Yeah.
It's not like you're returning this check to the insurance company.
Right.
This is what it costs. If you get it done for less, you come out ahead.
What else you need done?
So Dudley's quote had like, bringing in humidifiers and dryers to dry everything out. And I mean, that's great if we're going to continue to have carpet,
Right.
but we're not.
Well, so you still want to dry out the base floor when the carpet's pulled up.
Okay.
So,
And I mean, some of those things I'm sure we can get done.
oh yeah. Well, so you can rent all the stuff too.
Right.
It's just like again, it's do you want it to take a week or do you want it to be done in a day?
Right.
It's like it's kind of the choice you have to make.
And I mean, if I'm going to save a couple grand or more,
Oh yeah.
I'm okay with taking a little bit more time.
Yep.
So everything at this point is on the table,
Yeah.
but you need to know that those options are there. Like Caitlin doesn't know.
Right. Oh yeah. She would have just said yes and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's, I'll pay the 1,000 out of my pocket. Here's the rest of the money. Take care of it.
Yep.
And she would have, like, he didn't quote the second bedroom.
gotcha.
So his was only her bedroom because we knew there was water damage in there and the dining room, living room.
Sure.
And he was putting carpet back in.
Okay.
Don't want carpet, want to just get rid of all of the carpet. So we're going to do that extra bedroom as well. So it obviously has changed things, but again, she doesn't know what the hell she's doing because
Yeah.
she's 29 and she's never had to deal with this before. So I'm trying to walk her through. This is, kind of what my thoughts are. And of course, she likes the idea way better of just getting rid of all the damn carpet
Sure.
because she likes how carpet feels under her feet, but she doesn't like it with the cats. And, it tracks in shit and
Yep.
it's filthy and dirty. Somebody throws up on it or has an accident or whatever. I mean, you know how it is. You've had animals.
Oh yeah.
I would much rather have something easy to clean up. Not only that, but when she's had water issues now, the carpet's masking it.
Right.
The laminate won't.
It'll definitely warp.
Right.
So, yep.
So you're going to know, okay, I have a problem over there.
Yep.
Let's take care of that way quicker than you do with carpet.
So no, I mean, yeah, at least they're taking care of it, right? And
Yeah.
no, but it's not foundation. They decided it's not a foundation issue?
Oh, I didn't share that with you?
No.
So Dudley cut drywall out.
Yeah.
I have the picture. Let me find the picture. The HOA is adamant it's not foundation.
Okay.
No foundation issue whatsoever.
Okay.
I've gone too far. Keep talking
And Nate's adamant that it is a foundation issue.
yeah, he pretty much thought it was a foundation issue, and Dudley was
And-
pretty sure it was a foundation issue.
Okay.
And of course,
So my 2 professionals say yes, their 1 professional says no.
correct.
Okay.
So Dudley came and cut out a hole in the wall under the window.
Yep. And what do we have? Oh yeah, I mean that's fucking complete foundation. And did you send that to the HOA?
Yeah,
And what did they say?
they're gonna have the idiot that says it's not a foundation issue come out and supposedly fix it.
So he's gonna run a skim coat of cement over top of it and call it a day?
I fucking hope not.
That's what he's gonna do. I mean, okay,
He
but anyway.
better fucking not. Because I've already been on the phone with my contractor, Steve Henderson.
Yeah.
And Steve's like, this, and this need to be done. So Dawn's going to call Steve and talk to Steve again to find out exactly what needs to be done. And when this motherfucker comes in and tries to shortchange this shit, we're gonna go,
Fix it right.
If you don't fucking fix it right, you're fixing everything next time, motherfuckers.
Well, saying now just go cut your drywall in all the places and see what else needs to be fucking.
Well,
fixed.
exactly.
Like right, so and so like that's good. I mean, right, like Nate seen it well in advance.
Yeah.
man. That's the hard part for me. Is just frustrating. Like I know Dawn doesn't like the guy, which pisses me off. Like I feel disrespected because like I gave you my number, and it's like Nate has a master's degree in fucking building engineering,
Mhm.
right? Like this is what this fucking guy gets off on
Yeah.
in life, and it's like you're mad because he has a huge price. Like this is what this guy does.
I
Like,
know.
and to be right, I love it. I love that he's right because that's what the fuck this guy does
Well,
for a
again, she
living.
wants shit done cheap, and I'm not
Right.
necessarily about the cheap. Can she be upset about the price? Absolutely.
Sure, everybody can.
And that's basically where she was. Is She was pissed off about the price, and she obviously said it in the worst fucking way possible. Because even when she said it, I'm like, really? Come on.
It's
And I talked to her about it afterwards. I'm like, I don't know why you're so pissed about the price. I mean, the price is what the price is. She's like, yeah, we could get it done cheaper. Yeah, we didn't ask Nick for somebody cheap.
right.
We asked Nick for who do you trust. He gave us who he trusted.
And I gave you a heads up that he's not cheap in advance.
Right.
Like, if you want it done right, this is the guy you use. If
Right.
you want it done cheap, I know people, but like, again, and to me, it's an insurance thing. If they're going to do it, like, insurance is going to cut Nate's check, right?
Right.
Like, just as much as they're going to cut Dudley's check. Had Dudley known it was going to be an insurance thing, sure, right? Like, we might have gotten that other bedroom done,
Right.
that kind of a thing, right? That's the things that you just gotta share in advance. I mean, who knows? This HOA person might be dumb and have no clue. And granted, they're gonna bring their guy out, but like, they give him Nate's quote and say, "Hey, this is what we can get the whole place fixed for." Right
Well,
now that we know it's a foundation thing,
problem we have with the whole thing is Caitlin isn't responsible for it. So
Correct.
her insurance isn't going to fucking pay for it.
isn't going to pay for they're not going to pay for the foundation.
Correct.
Will they pay for the damage caused by the foundation?
No.
So
They'll pay the piece that Dudley can fix. So the
Okay.
replacement of stuff they will
Gotcha.
pay. But they're not going to pay for any of the other stuff. And again, looking at it from our point of view and even Dawn's point of view is we don't want to pay for Nate
right.
because that's not our responsibility. It's the HOA's responsibility and they want to go as cheap as possible.
Right. Well, and that's the whole thing. Like, I didn't expect that you would. I only expected you'd pay Nate if you weren't responsible for. But once you found out
Right.
it's a foundation thing, or like that, once you found out they're responsible for the foundation because you're responsible for the window, they're responsible for the foundation.
Well, even when Nate came in,
yeah.
he didn't investigate a whole lot to see what was going on. He's like, all right, if we put in piping underneath, we can run water away,
Oh yeah, drain system.
which
100%.
I get.
Yep.
But at the same time, I wanted to know what was causing it.
Yeah.
And ripping all of that up is not cheap. It's just not.
Let's say, trust me, I think one of my most expensive jobs with him was like $65,000.
Yeah.
Right. We put an entire drain system on a 4-unit, plus put a whole membrane in the basement, and yeah, I know, right? But like, our guys also come in and fucking cut in a day and come and lay fucking things in a day.
Well,
Like drain fields. I mean, he will tell you exactly how much you need. When his brain just comprehends, oh, that's an inch of water. I need this drain field to be this big, this wide, and that location. It's like, I fucking hate you, right? Like,
well, I think part of Dawn's frustration is when Nate came out, he's like, you need to do this, this, and this, but there was still no. He goes, it's a foundation issue.
yeah,
And the why was never there. Why is it a foundation issue? What are you seeing that's showing it's a foundation issue? And again, he has the knowledge.
right. Just doesn't put it out there.
Right. He wasn't breaking it down to say this is why it's a foundation issue. And if you go cut a hole here, you're probably going to see what I'm talking about, but they're not interested in fixing that. So
Right.
we'll do this in lieu of that. And of course, she's sitting there wanting information.
Right. You say he didn't put it in layman's terms.
Correct.
And yeah, let's say that's the problem with some people. Like when I talked to my doctor, like
Yep.
they said something and I'm like, English? Granted, they spoke whatever, but it was like, no, like, what does this mean?
You
Right?
need to explain it to me as though I don't know. Again, we've had that conversation before. I coached at a school that they didn't understand ball. And I once told somebody to lay it down.
Yep.
And they didn't bunt.
Yep.
And I got pissed because they didn't lay it down. And I talked to them afterwards. I'm like, why didn't you bunt? Because you didn't tell me to bunt. I said, yes, I did. I said 3 times, lay it down. And they go, I don't know what that means.
Yep.
All right, well, it's your fault you didn't ask me
Yes,
when you didn't know what the hell I was talking about. But it's also my fault for using terms that you don't know.
Well, and that's, we talked about this. I coach my daughter's soccer,
Mhm.
and my wife, the first week or two, she's like, yeah, you just, these kids don't know what you're saying, type of a thing. You're just yelling out things. And I was like, yes, but by the end of the season, they're going to understand what I mean, right? Because I stop and go, hey, you're not doing this. I want you to come over here. I want you to go to the top. What is the top? Okay, right here. Like, this is what I need. And, by the end of the season, we start winning. Everybody's happy. Families are happy. Life is good. So, and it's just, yep, you don't know because you haven't been in that terminology.
Right. Sometimes you have to break that stuff down for people.
Yep. And when you're so used to doing it, you just forget that
Right.
that's not how it's spoken, right? Like,
It wasn't.
You can tell when somebody's a bowler. Oh, do you make your ball spin? No, God. No. Like, I never want that ball to spin. Okay. It's like,
And it's not that Dawn hated Nate.
Yeah.
She didn't understand what the hell he was talking about. And he just basically came in and said, we're going to do this instead of this is the reason why we're going to do this.
right.
And my wife's hard headed. She doesn't want to be told what to do.
Right.
Kind of like me. I don't want you to tell me not to drink anymore. I want you to lead me to understand that I shouldn't drink anymore. Like, Mike has never said to me once, you should stop drinking. What Mike does is he hides the alcohol because he knows I need to stop drinking.
Right.
So I never get mad at him because he never sits there and goes, dude, you drank too much. Stop fucking drinking. He just hides it. I can't find it anymore. And then when I go, where's the alcohol? Why can't I find it? He just pretends like he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Sorry. Holy shit. Talking about damages.
Yeah.
So my buddy owns 10 cabins
Yeah.
on Lake Michigan,
Did they get absolutely wrecked from the storm?
out in Muskegon. Yeah. And that's what I was just quickly looking at.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that it tore out
Trees.
houses. Yeah, trees. I mean, that's a fucking
Oh yeah.
roof. That a tree came through the roof.
Oh yeah.
Um,
That truck's totaled.
yeah. And these are guest cars.
Oh,
right?
great.
So yes, so somebody's Lexus right there is gone. Somebody's Jeep, somebody's three cars are gone from these
Yeah.
massive trees. So
Yeah.
that just sucks.
It does.
So I have to give him a call and say, I think he needs a drink. So but no, it's just right. It's hard, right? When I don't ever, and it's like, man, all right, don't ask me for my people. Like, don't ask me, I have no problem giving anybody anything. Like, but if this is what you need, this is what I'm going to give you. You're not going to like the outcome, of it,
Right.
right? Like, it's the same as I know she's dealing with this garage thing right now, and she
Who,
doesn't,
Caitlin?
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like there's no access door, so it's like there's got to be an emergency. There's got to be an emergency pull, right? But she doesn't have a key, so like, and I've never like I know that there's a key that you're supposed to put in, then it will have the strings, and then you can pull it, so then you can auto do it yourself.
Yeah.
But she doesn't apparently park in the garage,
Oh, she does.
so she can't get out,
If she loses power, she can't get out.
and she has no power.
No, she does.
Oh,
She was just worried about the fact that because she's lost power before and not been able to get to work.
okay. Gotcha. So she wants to set herself up ahead of time.
In case she loses power, that way she's not stuck.
But yeah, okay. So what she needs to do is find, and she wants to lock her garage.
Yeah.
Okay. She has to get that. She has to get the key to there's going to be a wire there to pull that thing. And so
Yep.
she has to get that key to be able to pull that.
Yep.
So,
I don't think there's a way to do what she wants to do
yes, there is.
from the outside.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm waiting for her to send me a picture.
Okay.
I just have to figure because yes, I'll explain it later.
Okay.
So, anything else that you want to touch base on?
No, I think we've hit a lot of things tonight.
Kirkland, Costco, sponsor us, even if it's just waters.
Seriously.
Guys, tonight's episode wasn't necessarily a financial thing. It's about our lives. I hope you enjoy listening. I mean, we deal with the same thing that some of you are dealing with. And I really appreciate you listening to this episode if you made it the whole time. Again, big shout out to our artist last week. Such a great time. As always, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back. I think maybe
The hope is next week.
Maybe next week. It'll depend on Nick's health.
And who knows? We might get really, really slow for the Pride event and do one on Pride.
yeah, maybe. So
Interview random people.
thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
You've dialed in.
To Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
You can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use.
smarts of these
Because
studs.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the Bucks, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, because shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
Brews.
and brews.
Brews.
Bucks and Brews.